Hello guys, and welcome to Math Made Easy with Mr. T. Welcome! Hello guys, today we're going to discuss quadratic equation made easy. Our objective, I can solve quadratic equation by factoring. Our objective, I can solve quadratic equation by factoring. Let's do this. Let's have an example. X squared plus 7x plus 12 equals 0. That is x squared plus 7x plus 12 equals 0. What are we going to do? How are we going to answer this? First, let's use a guide, okay, for squares. I'm going to explain to you how we are going to use this guide, okay? So first, let's study the first term, which is x squared, the second term 7x, and the third term 12. So I color coded it 7 green, 12 blue. Okay, so we are going to focus on the middle term, the 7 and the 12. Okay, so we are going to put the last term or the third term here on top, okay, and the 7 there. Okay, so why are we doing this? Okay, so this will serve as a guide. Okay, this is tricky. Okay, so 12 on top and 7 on the right side. Okay, so you are going to think of a number or numbers. When you multiply, the answer gives you 12, and when you add, the answer is 7. Okay, so you can see there the x or the multiplication and the addition. Okay, so you're going to think of a number when you multiply, or numbers when you multiply, it gives you 12, and when you add, it gives you 7. Okay, so we have 4 and 3. Look, when you multiply 4 times 3, it gives you 12, right? So 4 times 3 gives you 12. But when you add it, 4 plus 3, it gives you 7. So 4 and 3 is our factor. Okay, so x blank x blank equals 0. So we are going to put plus 4 here because it's positive, okay, and plus 3 here, okay, equals 0. So x plus 4, x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, we're not yet done. We're going to separate the two. Okay, we have the x1, okay, and the x2. Okay, x1 plus 4 equals 0, and the other one, x sub 2 or x2 plus 3 equals 0. Okay, so in order for us to find the answer for x plus 4 equals 0, we need to isolate the variable. How are we going to do that? By subtracting, okay, or by adding the opposite sign. Okay, basically we add here 4 plus negative 4. Okay, when you add negative 4 on the left side of the equation, you should also add negative 4 on the other side. So that will cancel 4, isolating our variable, which is x1. Okay, x, then bring down the sign. Okay, the answer 0 plus negative 4, the answer is negative 4. Just like that. You got it. Now let's go to x sub 2 plus 3 equals 0. Again, to isolate the variable x, we need to add negative 3. So 3 plus negative 3. Again, if you add negative 3 on the left side, do that also on the right side. So 3 plus negative 3 is 0. So you just simply cancel it, bring down the variable, then bring down the equal sign. 0 plus negative 3, the answer is negative 3. There we have it, just like that. You got it. Let's do this again. Our objective, I can solve quadratic equation by factoring. Let's do this. X squared minus 9x plus 20 equals 0. X squared minus 9x plus 20 equals 0. We are going to focus on the second term, which is negative 9x, and the last term, or the third term, which is positive 20. Again, we're going to bring down the guide. Okay, the 4 squares here will serve as a guide. Okay, so we're going to put 20 here on top and negative 9 here. Okay, then after that, we're going to think of factors of 20. Factors of 20, two numbers, when you multiply, the answer is 20. Two numbers, when you add, the answer is negative 9. Okay, so think of factors of 20. Okay, we can, for example, we can have 2 times 10. 2 times 10 is 20, but when you add 2 plus 10, it's 12. Okay, so it's not. So the answer here is kind of tricky. Negative 5 times negative 5. When you multiply negative 5 times negative 5, it gives you 20. But when you add it, negative 5 plus negative 4, the answer is negative 9. There we have it. The factors that we need, the two numbers that we need. Negative 5, I'm going to put it there, and negative 4. Okay, so we have x minus 5 times x minus 4 equals 0. Okay, so we're not yet done. We're going to separate it. Okay, the x sub 1 or the x1. Okay, x sub 1 is x minus 5 equals 0. The x sub 2 or the x2 is x minus 4 equals 0. Just like that. And in order for us to solve this, it's easy. We are going to isolate the variable. And when we say isolate, remove any number near the letter or the variable. How are we going to do that? We add. Okay, we add 5, or the opposite. The opposite of negative 5 is positive 5. So we add 5. When you add 5 on the left side of the equation, you also add 5 on the right side of the equation. Okay, so that gives us, or that will cancel negative 5, making our variable isolated. Then let's bring down the equal sign, and the answer 0 plus 5, the answer is 5. Our x sub 1 or x1 is 5. Just like that. You got it. Now let's answer x sub 2 minus 4 equals 0. Again, we need to isolate. How? By adding the opposite sign or opposite sign number or whatever. Okay, so x sub 2 minus 4 equals 0. So we just need to add 4. Okay, negative 4 plus 4 will give you 0. And if you add 4 on the left side of the equation, add 4 on the right side. Okay, that will cancel negative 4. Okay, leaving our variable isolated, and we just bring down the equal sign, and the answer's 0 plus 4, 4. That's it. So we have the x sub 1 equals 5, and we have x sub 2, which is 4. Just like that, you solved quadratic equation by factoring. Let's have additional practice. Again, our objective, I can solve quadratic equation by factoring. Let's do this. X squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Again, that is x squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Our first term, x squared. Our second term is plus 3x, and our last term is plus 2. We are going to focus on the middle term and the last term. First, we need this guide. Okay, this guide will help us picture how we're going to solve this tricky factoring, okay, or tricky equation. We need to put number 2 here on top and number 3 here below. Okay, so now let's focus on number 2. Think of a factor or numbers, two numbers. When you multiply, the answer is 2, and when you add, the answer is 3. In this example, it's easy because the factor that we are talking about is 2 and 1. 2 times 1, that will give you 2. And when you add 2 plus 1, the answer is 3. Just like that. And now we're going to put it here. Okay? We're going to put the factors here. X plus 2, and the other one, x plus 1. So we have x plus 2, x plus 1 equals 0. Then we are just going to separate the two. Okay, we have x sub 1, which is x plus 2 equals 0. And the other one, what do you think? Yep, you got it. X sub 2 plus 1 equals 0. Then we need to solve it. Okay, let's solve first the x sub 1. X sub 1, we have, in order for us to answer this, we need to isolate the variable. Okay, how are we going to do that? By adding negative 2. Okay, because when we add 2 plus negative 2, we will get 0. Okay, when we add negative 2 on the left side of the equation, don't forget to add negative 2 on the other side. Okay, and that cancels 2, leaving our variable isolated. Then let's just bring down the equal sign, and the answer to 0 plus negative 2, which is negative 2. You got it, just like that. Now let's answer x sub 2 plus 1 equals 0. We need to isolate the variable, right? By adding negative 1. Again, when we add negative 1 or any number on the left side of the equation, we must do the same on the right side. That cancels 1, leaving our x isolated. Then copy or bring down the equal sign, then the answer to 0 plus negative 1, which is negative 1. Just like that. You got it. You just solved quadratic equation by factoring. Congratulations! Now it's time to test your skills. Again, our objective, I can solve quadratic equation by factoring. You can do this. You can bring out paper and pencil. Don't answer it yet. Don't solve it yet, okay? So I'll give you time to copy before you solve it, okay? Number 1, x squared plus 4x plus 3 equals 0. X squared plus 4x plus 3 equals 0. Number 2, x squared plus 11x plus 24 equals 0. X squared plus 11x plus 24 equals 0. Number 3, x squared minus 7x plus 12 equals 0. X squared minus 7x plus 12 equals 0. Number 4, x squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0. X squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0. And last but not the least, number 5, x squared plus 9x plus 18 equals 0. X squared plus 9x plus 18 equals 0. If you need more time, you can pause this video. I hope you learned something today. See you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And for more Math Made Easy videos with Mr. T, you can visit my channel at www.youtube.com Jason Timtimon Playlist. See you there. Thanks for watching. Always remember, stay safe and healthy.